Hey guys, today's video we have another barn find. This time it is, I don't know, we'll call this one Joe Dirt, just because I could definitely see this car in Joe Dirt, even though it's different color than the one that Kid Rock roosted Joe Dirt with. But it's a HP2. I could be wrong, but Sam and I just checked on the internet and it said, yeah, internet said it was an HP2, guys. Like, if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments, but I don't even know what year these were from. Probably the early 80s. But if you guys, anybody knows much about the HP2s, let me know. All I know is that there's some funky metal all over this thing. The tires are really hard. It's got a really tiny guide pin, some really funky pickup shoes. And I don't even know if this body honestly is the right body for it, because it is a Tyco body. It does fit. It does say Tyco made in Hong Kong, so straight from Hong Kong right there. Does have a green wire arm in it, which, I mean, hey, it might be fast, you know. It's got some white gears, really boxy. I mean, just a really simple boxy mold. These, I guess they're the pickup shoe hangers, maybe. Really interesting setup on them. It looks like there is, it's a brush barrel setup, so this is before the end bell setup. Even though it is an end bell, it does have brush barrels in it. But kind of cool looking at this stuff. Looks like it does have 2 axle positions. Oops. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I literally pulled one piece of hair off of the front end of that thing and it rip corded that front wheel off of there. So it's like starting a weed whacker. But yeah, that's probably not super good, but you know what? We probably should oil this thing before we even try it. I'm not even gonna bother trying it the way that it is. I think we all can agree that it could use some oil. Let me get this axle, let me get the axle pushed over real quick here, because it's definitely favoring one side, and that's probably why it came off so easy. So I'm gonna have to pop it out of here. So you can see here, a little bit of axle sticking out there. Rims are actually in pretty good shape. They are, looks like they're painted silver. Man, that thing it's just falling out. There's like no tension on it, but I think we're okay now though. Yep, we're snapped back in. The press out of the way. Put some oil on the bushing. The bushing is literally so dry, it looks like it's about to crack. It looks like it's made out of like Adobe mud. I don't know if you guys can see that thing, but hey, you know what? The 7 or 8 year old me would have been stoked to have this thing, so can't complain too bad. It just always amazes me at the car. So it does actually have traction magnets. So these are ceramic traction magnets. Really, really interesting how they're placed in there. We better put some voodoo on the comm and the brushes. Always a good idea. I mean, it's probably just gonna smoke the tires all the way down the track, but you know what? It's a good thing we're at the Viper headquarters, because we got hundreds, probably thousands of pairs of tires here. So let's clean those pickup shoes. I'm pretty sure that there are not any pickup shoes available for cars like this. I think everything that is out there, I think there's a few guys that are like bending up their own or doing something with them. I think it was maybe the Tyco Pro or the HP7 that has a similar setup, but I mean, they're friggin' made out of steel. Like, this thing probably has 100,000 laps on it to wear the stainless like that. It's a lot different than a copper shoe. So, I mean, it will run. Don't be afraid to run your cars, guys. Like, even something like this, like, just run it. Worst case scenario, you could bend some, a modern pickup shoe around that, solder it to it, be done, or put braid on it. The drag guys in our SCDRL group, they love braid, and their cars love to pop off the track. So let's go out to the track and see. All right, guys, we're gonna try it out on the test track here first. Oh yeah, we're good. We're golden. It's rolling.
Smooth.
They don't make them like they used to, you know. Like, I don't know how many of the old timers are gonna say that, but they definitely don't make them like they used to. Look at it. We're on pretty low voltage. Oh, we just stuffed it into the back of the V1. Trying to get it to drift. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're 360 and the thing's out of control. You can't even drive it, too fast. All right, we're out at the drag strip. We're just gonna give it a run. Has super hard tires. Who knows what it'll run, but we'll give it a go anyways.
Sick burnout.
Yeah, and look at that. It like skid into the shutdown from right here. Just on ice.
Full on locked him up.
Yeah, what do we got? No time. We'll do another one. Actually, you know what? It's no time because the other half of the drag strip's not turned on. All right, now the track is ready to rip. So, now that we got that test run out of the way, and we kind of know what to expect, let's just see. Should still run, you know, 1.5s. Like, oh yeah, get there. Yeah, 1.8, 23 mile an hour. Okay, so not too bad. I mean, thing's 40 some years old, so we could clean the body on this one, but it's kind of got a lot of like dings and crust, and it's got a pillar problem. We determined that Joe Dirt was showing off for his sister Stacy, and he probably flipped her on her lid, so that's why we got the pillars jacked up there. But let's go get some tires for it out of the Viper room, and we'll see what we can do with it. We almost forgot the wall test, so because it does have traction mags, I mean, it's barely, whoa, yeah, it's barely on there. I mean, so it's got a little more than 1G downforce. All right, guys, we are in the Viper room. We don't actually have a specific tire for this, but it is pretty narrow. So I think I'm probably just gonna go, I'm gonna go with the Big O, the 452, and then I'll also grab, this is part number 12290 or 280, can't even read it, something like that. But we're gonna change the front tires as well. So we got, actually we'll take these ones. Wait, those are rears, oh my gosh. So we got the S1 compound Tyco front tires. These will work, they're gonna be the same. And we'll swap about and see what happens. All right, so we're in the Viper room. Bridger's in here. Yep, Bridger's working on front ends. He's our front end guy right now. Sometimes he's the rear end guy, but
We try to keep him from eating them.
yeah. But once again, I'm gonna try to push this axle over a little bit because I don't know if it's just too short or like what the heck is going on with it, but it is really annoying me. Of all of the things on this car, that's literally what's annoying me the most, is that front axle setup. But we did get some front tires. Oh my gosh, thing's killing me. You're killing me. I don't know if this is like a common problem on these or not, but it is on this one here for sure. Let's get these front tires off. These things are hard, crusty. I mean, probably no real reason to save them unless you just like saving stuff and putting it into like baby food jars or whatever you do with your tires. I have no attachment to them. They're trash, or they go into the junk bin. So this is junk bin. It's actually kind of impressive too. This is about 6 months worth of what I would say rejects. So 6 months worth of Viper rejects right there. Not very many. Some of them aren't even, I mean, like this is not even something that we made. But we don't ever throw it away. It'll end up on eBay. This is bodies that didn't make the cut. No pun intended. But who knows why they're in here. They could have mask problems, bleed problems. You know, who knows. But you might see those on eBay down the road. But yeah, so we got our new fronts on there. Feeling pretty good about those. These rears are like super brittle. So we do have a Tyco rear tire, but it's for the 440X2, which was a lot wider. These ones here, pretty damn good guess. Might be kind of low though, but this is the 452 Big O. Perfect width, which means that all of the Viper tires would work on this thing, but it's pretty dang low. But let's just go see how it works. But it could be traction roll now, you know, and we could recreate the flip when he was showing off for Stacy. We don't know. Okay, we're back up here. Got our new tires on. Oh man, that thing's so butter. This is on pretty low voltage. We're on like 7 volts right now, but with this 35 ohm controller, I mean, look at barely any throttle. That's as slow as the car goes. Super smooth and quiet. And then if I want to push it, I crashed. No, it actually did traction. It traction rolled right there, which just means that it's not gonna slide because it has so much traction now. But it is pretty fun to drive. Sounds pretty good. Oh, we flipped her. I knew it. I knew showing off for Stacy we would do that again. Dang it. But
is she impressed?
no, she's not. She said, cut your hair and get a haircut, hippie. So let's go back to the drag strip and see if we can beat our 189 or whatever. And I think I hear someone back there squeezing the chicken, so we better get on this now. Okay, we'll run this guy. What did we do? 189 with 3. So one thing I did see when it was going was it was bouncing a lot on the front end, even with those old tires. So super light on the front end. It's probably going to do it even worse now because it's a lot more hooked up. So it might actually be slower, but let's see what happens. Yeah, so it wheelied out of the hole. Way too much traction. So that's what happens when you have no magnet up front, all magnet in the rear. So we could add some weight to the front of this thing, but I think since we ran it on the track already, and this is ideally it's a road course car, we don't really need to do anything else to it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. We'll see you on the next one.